Hello everyone and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are taking a look at the Decayed armor from the Rider Kicks figure Rider Armor series. So as you can see, very prominently featured here on the front of the box as you would expect. And then it also has the ability to change into the Rabbit Tank Sparkling form, which you can see featured on the sides here. Not too much on the bottom, not too much on the top. And then on the back it shows kind of both forms and shows how it can change from one to the other. It's basically a take off the armor situation. So let's go ahead, let's get this guy out of the packaging here and we'll take a closer look. Here is the Decayed armor. You can see there's a little bit of the other form on the back because of how the shoulder pads work out, but we'll get there in a little bit. But overall pretty cool. You have mostly light gray with some metallic pink accent colors. Here is the face, which I will zoom into here. That is just a sticker that you have to apply yourself, and then this is a sticker as well that you have to apply, but these are painted. It just makes me laugh how like they can paint everything else, but they had to use this and this as a sticker. I don't get it, but the Decayed face looks pretty good. Articulation-wise, head can move from side to side, up and down. It's on a ball joint. You have a movement here in the shoulder. Then you can move these shoulder pads up so that you can get out to the side, shoulder movement. You have a bicep swivel. You have pretty much 90 degrees in the elbow, but these shoulder, or rather forearm armor pieces hinder it slightly. And you really can't move the hands because of the shoulder. I keep saying shoulder pieces. They're not. These are shoulder pieces. These are forearm pieces. The forearm pieces hinder the elbow and wrist articulation slightly. I mean, you can still move the hand around a little bit, but because of the guard and everything, it's a little difficult. This is kind of a ball joint in the chest here. Then you have out to the front for the hip. Out to the side, gets stopped there because of the armor piece. And then he has a butt flap, so that's about as far back as it can go. 90 degrees in the knee. And then again, you have a ball joint in the ankle, but when the armor's on, it's hindered because that's kind of connected. I mean, you can move it a little bit. There's kind of a little hinge joint there, but not much you can do. But I still think it looks good. I like the look of it. I definitely like the metallic pink paint. It's a lot of light gray. And I'm trying to remember right now if it's all this light gray on the show. I think it is. Here is the Ride Hey Saber. Pretty good. A lot of nice detail, molded in solid black, but I like it. Fits very easily into his hand. There we go. So yeah, that is the Decayed armor. You can see the driver has the Decayed watch attached. I love that detail, very nice. That's painted in solid silver. So yeah, all in all, I like this. I think it's fun. I like the Decayed armor. But of course, it has the ability to change to Rabbit Tank Sparkling. Transformation is pretty easy. You're literally just going to go ahead and remove all of these light gray bits. And these ones on the sides of the legs are kind of tight, but you can see they all just have pegs, and there's just peg holes on the side of the legs here. So that's how that works. Apparently this one's stuck on forever. There we go. So move all that to the side. These peg into the arms the same way all the arm things peg in. They have those L bracket E-peg type things. So you can already see most of Rabbit Tank Sparkling underneath. You're going to come to the chest, and this little section will pop out. If I can get it. There we go. So just this little piece pops out. Put that off to the side. This piece of the head with the faceplate also pops out. Put that off to the side. Then you have to unhook the shoulder pads. And then turn them around and hook them in the other way. Very similar to how the Build Armor shoulder pads work. And it can be a little difficult to get these back on. But it can be done. There we go. Get that one on, and get that one on. Okay, so now that we have the shoulder pads correct, and you can see it says build and Ingu, which will make more sense in a moment. So you bring in, they do include a second chest plate that you go ahead and pop in. Now it says sparkling, so it completes the word there. This one's painted, this is a sticker again. They give you a second faceplate with another sticker. You go ahead and you pop this in to make sure everything lines up. There we go. Got that. And then they just give you two little accent pieces for the holes on the side of the forearms. So you just peg those in. And there you have it. There is the Rabbit Tank Sparkling Decayed form. So very cool. You get even more range of motion now because you don't have all that armor on. I would say you get the full 90 degrees now at the elbow. You have the wrist can now spin around completely. The ball joint now comes back into play for the ankle. Everything else is pretty much the same. And it looks cool. I really like it. Very colorful. The only thing that kind of bums me out, and this is minor, but because of the way this works, that the decayed armor turns into the Rabbit Tank Sparkling, I don't think we're going to get any more figures for how the decayed armor works. This is probably going to be the only one. And they always go back to build. And that's kind of been my problem with this whole line. Not that it's really a problem, but we just had build. And I love build, don't get me wrong. But I just bought a bunch of build figures. I would love you to reach back farther and give me some things that I didn't just see. So while this form is super cool, if they would have done like Taja Dole or something instead, I would have been more excited about that because I haven't seen that in a while. And so that would be fun to see again. Again, not really a complaint. They executed this well. I like this form a lot. It's just they're very build and X-Aid heavy in the like Rider Kicks figures, Legend Rider line, and then whenever it's time to go back to, you know, an armor or something, those are the first ones to revisit. From a show standpoint, I understand. Those actors are still relatively fresh. They're still on hand. They haven't aged very much since their shows. From the show point, I get it. But when it comes to forms and stuff, I feel like you could really just go nuts. Again, not to take away from this, because I do think this is cool. I just would have loved if, considering this is probably the only like decayed form we're going to get, it would have been nice if it was something besides build, since we just saw build. So just a minor complaint, but again, not to take away from the toy, that's just my wishful thinking. Not really any paint on the back, and of course you have the decayed shoulders because of how that works out. But I think the transformation is fun. I think popping the armor on and off is relatively easy. So I think it works well in that capacity, and I think both forms look good. Obviously, you're going to have more posability in this form because you don't have as much cumbersome armor on, but I think both forms definitely look cool. And yeah, I definitely recommend picking up this figure. It's kind of like two figures in one, so you can't go wrong there. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you agree with me? Are you happy to see more build because you loved it that much? Or would you have rather seen something a little bit older just for nostalgia's sake? Again, I loved build, don't get me wrong. I just don't need to revisit it so quickly, is kind of my point. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. And as always, thanks so much for watching.